Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to talk about the Ram 2500 for 2025. I actually went shopping at the grocery store tonight with the wife and the kids. I come out and parked next to me was this 2025 Ram 2500 Rebel. And what's very interesting about it, as a spy photographer on the side, this is the first time I've seen the Rebel completely uncamouflaged. Now we've seen it in a picture that Ram sent us. They sent us actually 3 pictures of it. They sent a picture of the front on an angle, like a 3/4 angle. They sent the rear on a 3/4 angle, and then they sent us an image with 3 variants of the truck, which was the same Rebel at a different angle. And then they sent us a picture in the middle of a Ram 3500 Tradesman with reflector LED headlights with the new grille design. And then we got to see the Laramie Sport in flame red with the grille design. Basically, their take of the grille design for the Laramie Sport, but it had these same headlights. So very interesting. It's not a huge update overall, but I wanted to go through what I seen tonight. I took a small video. These pictures, it was really dark. I didn't have my DSLR with me because I'm grocery shopping, so I took these with my iPhone. They're not the most sharp images, but I had to brighten them up quite a bit because it gets dark really early here in Michigan now because of winter coming. So, but I wanted to go through these images and just kind of show you, because a lot of people had questions and a lot of people said they hate this new styling, and I wanted to talk about what's new with the exterior design. I tried to take some pictures of video and pictures of the interior, but unfortunately, because this is right underneath a parking lot light, like a lamppost, all I got was reflections. So I could look inside. The dash was peeled back. Not much has changed with the dash inside. This one didn't have the new 14.4-inch touchscreen. This one had the 12-inch screen. So we know that's going to be standard, I think, in the Power Wagon and Rebel, according to the dealer guides. But they will get the new 14.4-inch screen from the Ram 1500. So let's take a look at the grille design, and we'll talk more about the truck. So from the front, this thing looks very polarizing. Okay, when I seen it in the photos, I was kind of mixed emotions about it. I didn't really like the headlight design too much. I didn't like the grille. The grille reminds me of an old cow catcher on like an 1880s locomotive. But it kind of, when I seen it in person, it reminded me a lot of the grille, the upgraded grille that we've seen during the 75th anniversary for the Power Wagon, which had that vertical grille bars that kind of harken back to the 1940s. This kind of still does the same thing. The Ram badge has been moved up in the grille. We do see that horse collar shape that we've seen for the Rebel and for the Power Wagon is even more prominent down at the bottom of the grille. And there's a square panel at the very base of the grille. And what that is that's the new adaptive cruise control. Adaptive cruise control will be standard across the 2025 lineup. So that's a pretty welcoming thing for safety features. But that's what that box is. But the weird thing that people were complaining about is, if we look at, it's got those vertical bars. It's got what we call the snout, that the actual nose of the grille that is next to the Ram badge on each side. That one continues with vertical bars, and then underneath that it turns into horizontal bars. So it's a really weird pattern. Instead of being all like ornate in the same direction, it kind of goes down, and then over. So it's different. Did I see did I like it any better in person? It's very polarizing, I will say that. It's going to take a little bit of a while to get used to, but if you look back behind the grille, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why they did that. If you look behind it, you can see that there looks to be like a new, bigger radiator. So I'm sure the reason why they did that design is to pull more air through the actual grille. We know that the Rebel, like this truck, can come with the Cummins. Now this truck, if you look, like I said, the hood's popped on it. And I'm not going to go up and touch anybody's truck that, obviously it's not mine. I don't want to get in trouble. But it looked like this one was a Cummins. We know that they're going to a single Cummins engine for 2025. There's not going to be a standard output or a high output anymore. This new engine is going to be based on the high output motor. But it's going to have different things like a new turbocharger, a 10-blade turbocharger. It's going to have glow plugs. It's going to have a bunch of different things that the outgoing motor didn't have. It's also going to have a standard 8-speed Powerline transmission from ZF. That's going to be a huge change, because In the standard output, we had that old, aging 68 RFE transmission that was known for blowing up. And most people who bought a 2500 that was an actual diesel enthusiast, the first thing they did was they bought the truck and then they went and either upgraded the transmission or put a different one in it. So that's going to be a huge change because that transmission is going to be standard no matter what. There is no manual options. There hasn't been a manual transmission option since 2019, and it doesn't look like it according to the dealer guides for 2025 either. But with this new power line, it should be able to pull more. It should be a really nice upgrade from the Eisen transmission that we see in the 6-speed in the high output models. So basically the power line should be smoother shifting. It should be able to do more low-end torque and hopefully pull more. So, and be more fuel efficient on top of that. But up front, like I said, the grille design is different, the headlights are different, but the front bumper remains the same. It's the same exact front bumper from 2024. If you look at the hood, it's the same exact hood, that sport performance hood that we got in 2023. That was an update for 2023, as well as those mirrors. Those power telescoping mirrors that completely changed for 2023. Got rid of the moose ears one that everybody loved. Those mirrors returned too. So a lot of people, like I said, had questions about these headlights. And this image isn't the greatest, but as you can see, there's two projectors up on top. And then there's two LED projectors down below. So obviously you got your high and low beams like you did before. It's just now there's this plastic piece that separates the actual units. However, like one thing that really upset me with the 2025 Ram 1500 update was, yeah, the styling looks nice, but if you bought like a Ram 1500 Rebel, you got reflector LED headlights. These are projectors on this truck. The Ram 1500 Rebel doesn't even have DRLs anymore. They did away with them. Now you just get LED reflector headlights and that's it. This truck continues to have LED DRLs, which is really nice. As well as when we get to the back of the truck, you'll notice that this truck actually still has LED taillights as well. On the Ram 1500, you have to step up to a limited or a Longhorn truck or the Tungsten to get those, or technically the RHO. But you cannot get LED taillights anymore on a Bighorn, a Rebel, or a Laramie. It's just how it is. It's really stupid, and I think that this truck being as old as it is, I'm glad that they kept it, and instead of like, you know, short, like basically like making it feel like it's a cost-cutting measure. So again, here's the side of the profile of the truck. If you notice that the cab, actually it's funny because the front fenders are carryover. The cab is still a 4th generation cab, the same cab that we've had since 2010. The code for this, the body code for this is still, because this is a 2500, this is still DJ, which has been the same architecture code or platform code since 2010. So this truck will probably be in production until 2028 when we finally will see a brand new Ram heavy duty. But it's just a very minor, basically a mid-cycle refresh for this truck. Of course, I wanted to make sure that this was the same exact hood as the Sport Performance hood that we got, and it is. You can see the 2500 heavy duty logo is still there, and you can see where it was taped over for the camouflage. Going to the back of the truck, the box is still the same, but the taillights are different. So one thing you're going to notice, like I said, these have LEDs that wrap around them, unlike the 1500 trucks, which are halogens. And the taillight design is actually different now for the 2500 than it is for the 1500. You can still see that there's blind spot monitoring on the bottom of it, but you also see that there's the LED backup lights in the housing as well. Also for 2025, the tailgate still remains the same. There's not going to be the multifunction tailgate, none of that stuff, because, like I said, the older architecture of the truck. However, the Power Wagon and Ram have always got, or Power Wagon and Rebel have always got the Ram text on the back of the truck. You can see where it fits in, where it snaps into the actual tailgate on this truck. That is going to be standard across the lineup. There's not going to be a Ram's head logo anymore. So it's going to be Ram just like the 1500. So expect that all the way across the lineup. And then here's a quick look at the back of the truck. Like I said, power connections are all the same. There's not much different. So if you're, like I said, if you're expecting a huge change going into 2025, you're going to be very disappointed. It's a very minor update. Like I said, I looked inside. It was hard to kind of see with the lights reflecting off the windows. And you'll see that in the video that I'm going to show you here in a second. But this truck had the 12-inch Uconnect screen, not the 14.4. We know that there's not going to be a tungsten model for sure, at least when they start production here really quick, because these trucks are going to actually make it into dealers by the end of the month in January, possibly February, or like early February at the latest. But there isn't a whole lot of changes to the interior. So with a tungsten model, you got that 21 speaker clip sound system for the Ram 1500. This truck will not have that. It's got a totally different electrical architecture, and that's one of the reasons why. We also will get we won't get massaging seats. Those, I looked at the order guide, that is not on there. And there's some other things too that we are not getting. It doesn't look like we're getting a HUD system either, like a heads-up display. So basically a very, very minor update to the truck. However, it's going to be that Cummins engine that's going to be updated. So we'll see. But let's go and look at the video I shot. I'll post it up here, and you can kind of see for yourself. It's just a quick 40-second video, but you can kind of see the styling for yourself with this video. And like I said, you can see that new grill design is really prominent. It's very polarizing. And like I said, look, the hood's popped on this thing. I don't know why. So don't expect that that's a gap. That's just the hood's popped. I don't know why that is. So obviously I didn't stay around and wait for the guy to come out and talk to him about it, because I don't think he would really care. But yeah, it does look very polarizing, but the more I looked at it, the more I like the headlight design. So, like I said, you still get to keep the DRLs. You do have the projectors down low. You got 2 up top, and then you get 2 down low. The Sport Performance hood's still the same. Quarter panels are the same. Same wheels that we had going in from 2024. Same cab design, same box. So that's a 6'4", basically a 6'4" box. That's been on the basically the Rebel and Power Wagon, just like that's the only cab configuration you can get. And then if you look at the back, it's still the same except for those taillights. You'll notice here I tried to look inside the truck, and all you see is the glare from the lights, but not anything has changed. The one thing I can say that people were wondering about is, hopefully they were saying that there wouldn't be a rotary dial shifter for the Cummins. And this one has a column shifter. So the column shifter stays, it looks like, going forward. So that's going to be very exciting news for people that were really looking at these trucks, like that they were interested in 2025. A lot of people were upset if they were really upset that if they were going to move to an 8-speed, are they going to go to a rotary dial shifter? So no, the answer is no. So anyways, not much. Like I said, not much changes on the truck, but that new front end is definitely polarizing. It'll be very interesting to see how people will adapt to that actual look. Like I said, the grille design on this truck doesn't look the best. I mean, it'll take a while for me to get used to it, but I do like the headlights. The headlights, like I said, are different. They look polarizing, makes the truck look meaner. So that should be a good thing for people who like more of an aggressive look. But other than that, if you like the styling of the Ram currently, it's going to continue on for 2025. So like I said, we're going to see this truck in January, hopefully, at the Detroit Auto Show. I plan on being there front row center. So stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned to HD Rams, our website, hdrams.com. That's the #1 source and #1 forum for heavy-duty trucks from Ram. And then if you want to, you can also stay tuned to Mopar Insiders, because we're going to cover that on there as well. So take and hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.